Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Noah Kellman, and I am here teaching you everything that I know about modern piano, especially when it comes to jazz or neo-soul, or what I like to call neo-jazz. So today we are talking about ostinatos. Ostinatos are a really powerful tool, and really what it comes down to is being able to have great hand independence, allow one hand to hold onto an ostinato while the other hand can go off and have the freedom to actually be fully improvising, playing a melody, or maybe even doing another ostinato of its own. So the question is, how do we actually train those skills up? That is what we're going to be talking about today. And of course, more importantly, toward the end of the video, we're actually going to talk about how to make those musical. So be sure to stick around till the very end. Really quick, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the little bell to turn on notifications. And also, if you're someone who's really serious about taking your playing to the next level, I'm actually currently doing free calls just to talk with you about your goals, hear what you really want to work on and accomplish, and see if there's a way that we could actually work together to help you reach the next level. So if you're interested in that, just click the link in the description. It'll have you fill out a quick form so I can just learn a bit more about you. And then it's actually going to set you up on a call with either myself or one of my coaches who are trained in my methods. So be sure to check that out. Click the link and we will get you on the way to becoming a much better player or composer, or even helping you build up your career and YouTube channel, specifically with a focus on music and or jazz piano. All right, thanks so much for listening to my announcements. Let's dive into the video here. So I'm going to be strategically giving you some ostinatos here that you can actually learn to use musically. So here's the first one. All right, so that is it. So let's say we're in the key of C here, right? So we're doing 1, 4, 5, 1. All right, so this is a great starting point for us. All right, so the first piece of this exercise is, I want you to actually do this ostinato. I would recommend doing it with a metronome, and then see if you can actually speak while you do it, like what I'm doing right now. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't 100% comfortable with that. I definitely felt a little bit awkward with my speech, with my talking. I felt like I had to take my brain and put a little bit of the energy into my left hand. So really, we wanna get to the point where we can just straight up talk. Talk to someone, talk to yourself, talk to the wall, whatever, but have this going in your left hand and not have to think about it. So being able to actually talk while you do an ostinato is a great way of knowing if you're ready to add in your next hand. That's kind of how I like to do it. I like to use that as kind of my my calibration tool and just my way of assessing whether or not I've really got that single hand comfortable enough to add in the next hand. Really, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make with ostinatos and just hand independence is just trying to add in the second hand way too soon, way too quickly. So if you're really struggling with getting those two hands at once, maybe take a step back, see if you can do this talking while playing exercise. So next step, add in something simple. Start with a rhythm that is similar to the one in your left hand. So we're doing eighth notes in the left hand, right? So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the right hand, let's add in eighth notes as well. And so on. So when you match the rhythm of one hand to the other, it's definitely going to be an easier place to start. The other thing is, you'll notice I'm just doing a C major scale, and that's because I want to start with something a bit mindless so I can just focus on getting that hand separation going. So that's kind of step 2, right? Add in the other hand with the same rhythm and add something that's already easy for you to play. Now we can try out some other rhythms to really mess with our brains here. So we could try actually doing triplets in the right hand with that C major scale. Right? Of course, we could also do 16ths. But right now we're just doing a C major scale, so that's fairly easy. We want to get to the point where we can actually work on improvisation. So I would actually recommend first trying to play a melody, embellish it a little bit, see if you can play a melody against what you're doing in your left hand. At this point, your left hand should be really becoming second nature, so now we can actually start working on improvisation with the right hand. Try some pedal. Okay, so you'll get more and more comfortable with this as you go along. You'll see that the way we're doing this is we're adding things in steps. This is a great way to work on hand independence. We break things down and add them in steps. And along the whole way, we try to make things musical. That is a really important piece of the puzzle. Now, really quick, if you're enjoying the video so far, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button. Also, I've got an awesome PDF and video example package available in my store that actually contains tons of ostinatos and hand independence exercises for you to check out. So if you're interested in really taking this stuff into the next level and diving in deeply, and you want to actually have a nice layout on the page of all the different exercises you need to do, just go to jazzpianoconcepts.com/store and check out this PDF. I'm going to put the picture of it on the page so you won't miss it. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, so this has been a nice little simple ostinato, right? Let's make this a little tougher. All right, so next up in the left hand, we're going to do 2 octaves and triplets. So it'll be like this: 2, 3, 4. All right, so that is really, really tricky. I know there are guys out there who can just do that, no problem, but you know, us mere mortals, we just gotta work on that to the point where we can do that. So my assignment to myself this week is I wanna actually see if I can get this to the point where I can do this without even looking, right? But actually do it with both hands too, you know? Oh, I peaked. So I can kind of do that, but I wanna get much more comfortable. I want it to be second nature to just be able to do this kind of an ostinato arpeggio in my left hand and just go off in my right hand and do whatever I want. So I challenge you to try out the same thing. All right, so here is another variation on this that's really interesting and fun. All right, so we're actually doing these little hops in the middle. So in terms of our fingering, we're doing 5, 3, 2, 1, and then bringing up 5 and repeating it. And then at the very top, we're actually just jumping the thumb and going back down. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5. So all right, so that is another one that we can practice and then do the same types of exercises, trying to get to the point where we could actually improvise in our right hand. All right, now here's another one that I personally love. I use this all the time. So we're doing 16th note triplets here. And now I want to actually talk about, as promised, how we make these musical. So far we've just been taking an ostinato, keeping it the same, and getting it in the right hand good to go. Well, we want to actually be able to improvise with the ostinato and change it up as needed. So let's take this new one as an example here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I love this rhythm. So we're actually getting 6 notes per quarter note, right? So did you figure out what our exercise is yet? So the exercise is we take the rhythm, and the final step is once we've got that comfort in the right hand of being able to improvise, we then actually have to start improvising the ostinato a bit. We're going to change it. We're going to change what what harmony it's actually outlining. So if we go back to our original simple one, let's see if we can actually improvise something musical here. So that's the next stage of all of these exercises. Take the ostinatos and turn them into actual music by switching the notes in them and trying to hear changes in harmony. All right, thank you so much for watching. I had a real blast today working on this stuff. So this is really getting to a point where I'm starting to really need to practice this stuff. So I should have practiced more before this video so I didn't embarrass myself, but hey, it is what it is. We've all got things we need to work on. So I actually want to spend a lot more time getting these types of ostinatos up to the point where I can just close my eyes and do them. And that is no easy task. So don't ever get discouraged if you're doing this and it's taking you some serious time. It takes work, it takes effort, it takes organization. And that's why today I showed you really kind of an organizational system for practicing these ostinatos and practicing hand independence. Of course, today being focused on the left hand. Great work, everybody. Now I hope you'll actually go out and work on these. And again, if you're interested in having some serious personalized guidance, taking your playing to the next level, click the link in the description, set up a free quick call with either myself or one of my coaches, and we will get you on the right path to make sure that you are moving forward as quickly and efficiently as possible. And if you did want to dive directly into more exercises like this, check out that PDF in my store, jazzpianoconcepts.com/store. It's got so many great hand independence exercises that are really going to help you just dial in all of these techniques. Finally, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button and the little bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss any more videos just like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.